On the 3D printer, I created a 3D periodic table cribbage board. The reason I chose a cribbage board was because my family likes playing cribbage and I wanted to pass time. I found the file on Thingiverse and I downloaded it and then uploaded it to Afina 3D, and then it didn't print at first, and then we found out that it was jammed. So when the 3D printer wasn't working, I had to take it apart. I took the head apart, unscrewed the head, found that it was crossed it over, then we unclogged it, and then I had to put it back together.
One of the biggest problems for me when I was trying to print off my business card holders was the filament had actually gotten caught inside of the head and it melted, and when I was trying to print off another business card holder, it gathered around the head and it hardened around the head, so we had to take that out and order a new one completely. So just kind of trying to get through that. The software we used was Afina 3D, and for me it was pretty simple to pick up. I mean, this was my first time using it this year and it was pretty good, so I enjoy using it. The biggest thing that I learned was, number one, having patience, because after the machine did get clogged up, it was pretty frustrating, but number two is just to make sure your machine's working properly and make sure you clean it out thoroughly all the time. I mean, if we would have cleaned it out and we took the old filament out that was clogged up in there, we wouldn't have had the problem and had to reorder a new print head. So
the biggest thing I learned was taking the print head off. I found the tool in the box of filament and decided that I'd just take it off to see what was going on, and then I found that it was clogged, and then got a new print head and put it on, and then it started working again.
The problem I was trying to solve was creating Christmas gifts for my family, and one of the things that I made was a photo collage on acrylic, and I used the Epilog laser engraver with the software Adobe Illustrator.
My problem is that I had to engrave a new piece of glass for a table I made my freshman year, because my little brother was cleaning off the glass and he put his hand through it and shattered the glass. So I bought a new piece of glass and I brought it in, and I was going to engrave something on it, and my problem is that the machine that we have in here, we used to have in the wood shop before the Fab Lab came, and then this year when we added the Fab Lab, they brought it into the Fab Lab and took it out of the wood shop, and they set up a completely different program than what it had before, and I had to relearn how to use that program, and the new program was a lot more complicated with how you upload and size photos and how you project them onto the glass.
One of the problems that I had with my project was I had to learn how to flip the images and also invert the colors.
The problem I had was I had to learn how to like adjust the settings, because when she cut her stuff out, it was on what is it, like vinyl? Yeah, she cut hers out on vinyl, and when you cut it out on glass is a lot more sensitive, so you can't do anything as detailed, and you have to cut deeper into the glass, so I had to figure out different speeds and different heat frequencies to use on the laser so that my edging would come out and look good.
The biggest thing that I learned was how to reverse images and invert colors on Adobe Illustrator, and we found that out by trial and error.
A big part of what I learned was that you have to, in this class, you have to rely on other people to help you, because there's always going to be someone that, you know, you may know something about one part of the program, but then they're like, oh, but if you do this, it'll be quicker and it'll be easier. And you just have to kind of brainstorm and put your heads together and figure out the problems.
The problem we were faced with was designing and creating vinyl press t-shirts using different designs with the Roland.
The problems
Vinyl
we
cutter.
had with the machine, we didn't know what pressure we had to use to cut through the vinyl because we also cut out stickers on the machine, and the thickness of the vinyl on the stickers is different, and the thickness on the glitter vinyl is also different than the regular vinyl. And we also had problems with flipping our designs on the computer and making sure they were the right size when we transferred it to the vinyl. This was a big thing that I learned myself, was because I got very frustrated with the computers and the program we have to use. And I also learned to listen about the heat press because I didn't do it right and my shirt didn't turn out very well in the beginning.
One of the biggest things that helped me with this project was teamwork. It took a lot of different people's ideas to figure out how to use the vinyl, how to use the programs, how to use the heat press. So, I mean, teamwork and patience is a really big thing that we learned.
We had a person from the community come to us with an idea. They wanted to make stickers, memorial stickers, for the fire department's helmets. And we used vinyl stickers cut out on the vinyl press. We created them in Adobe Illustrator. The main problem, I think, was when we cut them out, we had these line-up dots, markup spots that were supposed to line up, so because we had different layers for the stickers, and they didn't always line up how we wanted them to look, so we had to line them up more using a different technique, or a lot of the times just how we liked them to look.
When you're peeling the stickers, the registration marks didn't always line up, so you kind of had to eyeball it to just make it look straight. So, and also when you're peeling the stickers, some of the letters were so tiny that the little on the O's, the little inside would pull off, and you had to try and place it back in the center, and that was complicated to just grab it with the tweezers or your fingers. The biggest thing that I learned was a different way to peel the stickers, because a student that wasn't working on this project, he was helping us throughout the process, and he basically just figured out a new way to peel the stickers so the little, the fine little pieces wouldn't come off.
One of the biggest struggles for me was definitely the patience when peeling off the stickers and the lineup process. We also had to deal with not always knowing how to use Adobe Illustrator when we designed it, and working with Tommy, we figured out ways to group the items together so you could move them in the exact place you wanted and different things like that. So definitely teamwork was an essential part to this project.